This episode begins in the Pakleni Islands before we sail to Vis in the furthest reaches of Dalmatia.
As you can see, just another day in paradise. We are getting into a bit of a routine in the mornings on Tranquilo. I usually get up about 5:30 or 6. Elle gets up about 7. So in that first hour or so I have to myself, I usually come out, look around to see if there's any minor chores to be done. Then I'll check the weather forecast to see what the weather will be for the next day and then for the rest of the week. Get onto the chart plotter and plot out our route for the day. Today we're going to be heading across to Vis, which we can see just out on the horizon. Just had a bit of a saga this morning. We were going to drop the tender into the water to do a bit of cleaning of the hull, and we've just realised that the seat has come out, and lo and behold, we know where it is at least. It's down there. Elle's getting into her free diving gear and she's going to dive down. There she goes.
You'll be able to see her. Yep.
She got it?
See the black thing?
I think she's got it.
Yeah, she is. See the shiny thing? It's kind of like...
Yep. I think you've got it. Oh.
I'm okay.
That's important. And she's got it.
Yeah, it's just wet. But that's rain.
Nothing
The
like
sun's
an early
bright.
morning swim, just to
I
make
was
sure
sort
you
of-
feel alive.
I always thought I wasn't a morning person, but Tranquilo has turned me into a morning person. We've learnt the hard way. We need to take the seat off before we hoist the tender.
There's no wind this morning, so we're motoring. Would have been an ideal day to stay on the islands off far, but we just need to keep moving. So we're off to Vis. Vis is the island that's the furthest off the coast of Dalmatia, so it's well off the beaten track for most tourists. Sounds quite ideal. Tea.
Here we go, one for you, one for me.
Awesome. The wind's picked up, so Elle's turning into the wind.
It's about 6 knots, so it's just enough to sail. Okay, up.
There.
Beautiful, thank you, Aidan. We're ready to put up the jib. Aidan's on the jib sheet. Phil's doing the work on the furler. Alright, Aidan, ready, set, go on the electric winch. Nicely does it. Phil's easing out the furler. Nice work, Aidan.
Yeah, that's enough, bud.
There we go. Nicely done. Pretty good. It could marginally come on.
Just goes to show how slippery this hull is. In 7 knots of wind, we're doing 5.4 knots. That is remarkable. Put it into perspective, if we were on engine, we'd probably be doing 7 knots. So we're sacrificing about 1.5 knots, but hey, it's a sailboat
We're sailing.
and we're sailing. Mix this into some hardcore Goa trance.
I've got a painter quote actually. For a
Oh, and I
garage.
just saw you're dancing inside.
That doesn't quite go with the narrative though, does it? Here's a neat little trick we learnt from Tom, who you saw in our video from Windcraft helping us commission in Slovenia. The the lay of the rope makes it sit better in the sail bin when you do a figure of 8 to tidy it up. There you go.
So for all you sailing buffs, both Tranquilo and that catamaran are on the same tack, port tack. So who is a stand-on vessel and which one has to give way? So the answer is he's got right of way, he's the stand-on vessel. Why? Because we're closer to the wind. I'm not sure he knows that though, because I think he's put his engine on to get ahead of us. Either that or he's worried about that he's not going to get a spot in Komiza on the island of Vis. I think last time we were in this part of the world we had dolphins.
Yeah, none today. We've seen plenty of fish and birds. That's one of my favourite sights and sounds. Boat carving through deep water, powered by the wind.
Yeah, it's not all fun and games on Tranquilo. Sometimes we have to do a bit of chores.
Someone has to do it.
We've just spotted a rare species here. It's a man and he has a broom and he looks like he may be about to engage in a cleaning activity.
Nice David Attenborough impersonation.
Oh, there's a channel.
Being pretty relaxed.
Yeah, I pulled out a book yesterday and I looked at the first word and I couldn't be bothered to read it. It's much nicer just to sit and watch the view. Life's tough on Tranquilo.
And if you're wondering about the undies lining the lifelines, it's because their charges for laundry in Split were criminal.
20,
$20, yeah.
Cruising around doing stuff.
which was 100 tuna.
That's it. So we've done it ourselves.
There we go, everyone's getting in on the act. Thank you, Vicky.
My pleasure.
It's very quiet.
Nice, isn't it? Tacked to go between these two islands. We tacked a bit later than the chart plotter suggested we should, because we had to account for the wind pushing us sideways. And it looks like we've picked it pretty finely. Looks like there's a settlement on the island. We're called Vis. It used to be off grounds to tourists because of the military installations that were here on one of the furthest islands off the coast of Croatia. The destination, Komiza. Well, here we are. Komiza on the island of Vis. So this is Komiza, And Aiden's really taken advantage of it all and has grabbed the front sun lounge. You good?
Yeah. Except for that noise.
Yeah, that's the one problem with these wharves. You've always got someone who's running a diesel generator. This time it's a scuba boat.
Worked up an appetite.
Yeah, I think it was definitely worth coming a bit off the beaten path to come here.
Yeah. Beautiful spot.
Yeah. Okay, Aiden wants to play his little shark game. He's got his little inflatable that he found in far. He's the shark.
Okay, now we go. After hit your leg. Sometimes it's just murky.
So here's my problem. Nice outfit. Oh my goodness. Birkenstocks and sneakers.
We've been eating out on the boat for the last couple of days. Occasionally we have the odd barbecue, but we thought, being in Vis, we'd go out to dinner. Mickey had a bit of a walk earlier in town and she's found us what she says is a great restaurant. For the occasion we've also dressed up a bit. I'm pretty sure these guys were sitting in the same spot 10 years ago when you were here.
Tommy's out. Make this walk fast.
Hey, what a spot.
How magic's this?
Oh look, some
coral.
big fish. See over there? No, over there.
So it is the same one we were in 10 years ago.
I think it's either this one or up there, same restaurant. But we didn't choose it. Kyla walked past and thought, what an amazing spot.
I did.
Even the herring gulls love the restaurant.
That herring gull has got.
Oh, it's just biting the other one. And they're just being a little bit mean to each other, I think.
Carpaccio, octopus. What'd you get?
Risotto frutti di mare.
Oh, a very...
Aiden's loving his olive oil.
We're at Coca Waterfalls. Hang on, it's olive oil, not water. Not oil spilled.
His food.
Fantastic. Very good.
Same. Thumbs up.
So this has been inhabited since the Stone Ages. The Illyrians came, then the Greeks. They built a settlement here around 400 BC. During World War II, there was a partisan hideout on Vis. In fact, just up in those hills, Tito, who was to become the dictator of Yugoslavia for nearly 4 decades, had his hideout up there. It was his headquarters for coordinating all partisan activity throughout Yugoslavia. And the British Special Forces were based here as well, helping the local partisans against the Germans. So it's got quite a bit of a history, this island. This is the memorial to the British Special Forces that were on Vis during World War II.
All right, so here's our neighbours.
Yeah, good morning. We're just learning all about the sailing life here. I'm John, this is my wife Stacy, and we haven't named our little girl yet, so this is her first sailing trip.
Yay.
And we were just talking with our lovely neighbors here, Ellen, Phil, and Aiden, about how do you sail with kids, and when can you start sailing with kids. So they got us pretty stoked because we're a little worried that, you know, this is going to be difficult, and it seems like they've got it down. It's 6 months old.
Yeah.
And Aiden is a champ of the seas now, and his friends are probably jealous as can be. So I think we're finding a new life here. What do you think?
Excellent.
Totally agree.
Yes.
Definitely
Yeah.
gonna do it.
Yeah, carry on with that sailing. Cool.
I'm stoked about it.
Okay. Goodbye, Komiza.
Push it through and then you'll gradually be able to work it undone.
Nah.
Another gorgeous day.
Look at the cave over there. If you look in the binoculars, you see stalactites.
So the wind's around 12 knots, but it's been gusting up to 15. So we've played it safe, rather conservative. Life jackets are on, we've got 2 reefs in. Other thing is we're heading a bit offshore because once we tack through to where we need to go, we're going to be on a lee shore, so I just want to give it a bit of space. You ready to tack?
We're ready. There's nobody in sight.
Okay, on 3. 3, 2,
How is it?
1.
About.
Els left the halyard dangling after we used it to put the motor on the tenter. So she's going back to tighten up the halyard.
Job done.
Good.
Are you looking for a graceful exit?
Yeah, probably not.
Too slippery.
Diamond Beach has been a bit of a find.
Diamond Beach, is it?
Yep.
Suits me. Join us in our next episode discovering Korčula, birthplace of Marco Polo, and the hidden gems of Mliet National Park.
If you like this video, please click like below and subscribe to follow our adventures.